calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
We assess it is possible that hostile actors gained access to Secretary Clinton's personal email account.
For the reasons you just heard, or any number of others, it seems voters have grown especially wary of their choice of candidates this year. In fact, polls this election season show around half of registered voters would consider a third-party candidate for president this year. That's up 40% in 2012. Matt Bradley is in Studio 3 with a special report on this voter trend. Matt.
Well, every 4 years, lesser-known political parties like the Libertarian Party, Green Party, or Constitution Party make a pitch to voters saying they have the answer to their dissatisfaction. And it appears this year, voters are listening. Here's your ticket. Sure. So here's your ticket. All you have to do is drop a ticket in one of the boxes. In our part of the country, folks are known for always being ready to talk politics. Just want you to choose one box. And on a warm day in mid-July, we found that is no stereotype. So we want to find out if people are happy with these two or if a third option would be a good idea. We wanted to see if the polls showing a growing interest in an alternative option this year could be reflected on the ground level. So we set up an informal and very unscientific straw poll of our own. So you're choosing anybody else, huh?
Anybody else?
In an hour's time, around 24 people weighed in.
He's inappropriate and she's a crook.
Some happy with the way things are.
You know, of the choices that we have, I think Hillary Clinton has experience.
There's a lot of things I think he'd be better for the nation.
Many others hoping for an alternative.
At this moment, I would probably do it right.
Most definitely anybody else. Kind of disheartening because it's my first time being able to vote and I'm not going to actually vote.
Do you know there's a third party out there called the Green Party?
Dave Olson sees that same range of opinions all the time. He is one of many Green Party operatives working overtime, trying to get enough signatures to make sure the Green Party is on the ballot come November.
Are you excited about Hillary or Trump being the next president?
No, not really.
It's a job that means plenty of rejection.
I'm not getting into that.
We're not going to respond.
But also meeting a lot of kindred spirits.
Would you prefer to have more options on the ballot?
Yes, I would.
People just, want what's best for their families, what's best for themselves, what's best for the country.
A lifelong Democrat, Olson was a strong supporter of Bernie Sanders in the primaries.
I was feeling the burn.
But when it was no longer deniable that Sanders would lose the nomination, he began following an ideology instead of a party.
Sure, yeah, I'm not going to just throw my hands up and vote for everything that Bernie was against.
So today he hits the street, making sure others have a chance to vote for his now preferred candidate.
And have you heard of Jill Stein?
I have not.
And he is not alone. After a bruising primary battle, polls show around half of voters are looking for an alternative.
The Democratic Party used to be pretty great. It used to represent the working class.
But there are many challenges for third parties, including a belief among voters that going third party means throwing a vote away. And sometimes there's an inability to even cast that ballot for a third party in the first place. Non-major parties have to get enough people to sign a petition in every state, or they won't even be on the Election Day ballot.
We shot the world!
In Minnesota, the Independence Party didn't have to worry about that after Jesse Ventura was elected. It led to a major party status and automatic ballot access until 2014. And according to IP candidate Paula Overby, the party still is trying to shrug off Ventura's shadow.
He's an unfortunate disappointment.
Overby is running for the U.S. House to represent Minnesota's 2nd congressional district.
And people love to root for the underdog, right?
A win would mean becoming the highest-ranking third-party member in Washington, not counting independents, as well as becoming the first openly transgender member of Congress.
I'm trying to focus on political process and engage people in our political process and give them meaningful choices. It's a message I think that's received really well. I had very little difficulty getting signatures.
And Overby says victory is achievable this year in particular because voters are just fed up.
So it's not that I'm really changing people's mind or influencing how they think. I'm giving them the choice that they're asking for, right? And whether or not they're ready for that, well, we'll see. But people are realizing that voting for either party is not a choice.
Now, the Independence Party of Minnesota is a one-state party.
Hi there.
Libertarians like State House candidate Joe Weverka say their party's national status makes them the most likely to actually win an election.
41% of the voters are independents. That's the largest voting bloc there is. If everybody quit thinking, oh, it's a wasted vote, or I need to vote for the lesser two evils, you might see different parties like the Libertarian Party come up and rise up.
But even libertarians struggle with name recognition.
Have you heard of the Libertarian Party? No, you haven't?
I say we're the party that stands for your freedoms on all issues all the time.
Minnesota Party Vice Chair S.L. Malik has been with the party for 9 years, says he has never seen a level of interest quite like this.
We've seen it in earnest this year with the rise of two candidates as the presumptive nominees of the two major parties who are really widely disliked. So people are looking for alternatives, and some people are looking to us.
They still need signatures to secure ballot access, though, and one way they do that is through the county fair circuit, where on this day, one issue in particular has become a gateway to more supports.
Oh, legalize it?
Yes, legalize it.
Yes.
Clinton, Trump, and anybody else. Still, it's one thing to vote third party in a meaningless straw poll on the street. Make your choice. All right, third party again, huh? It's quite another to do it when the vote counts, but it is clear some are ready.
I think that any vote for the lesser evil is still a vote for evil.
While the candidates and the third-party supporters argue against that idea that a vote for a third party takes away needed votes from the main candidate, history does show it can make a big difference. In fact, Hillary Clinton herself may have a third party to thank for her political career today. Back in 1992, you may remember Ross Perot ran as an independent. He wound up getting 19% of the vote, and polls show many of those votes would have gone to George H.W. Bush if Perot wasn't on the ballot. Of course, the winner in that election with 43% was Bill Clinton.
All right, very interesting. Thank you, Matt. And for those wondering about the results of that straw poll he conducted, Hillary Clinton beat Donald Trump 4-2. The number who wanted someone else, 17, more than twice the other two combined.